Let's start with string. So what is string? String is a collection of characters. So we can take example. Name is equal to some 10k codes. So we want to print name comma type of name. So here name is 10k codes. Here is it. Which type? It is string because it is in double quotation. Here we can take num1 is equal to 1. Here 1 is the integer. Num is equal to str of 1. So here integer can convert into string. Okay, let's print num comma type of num. Here num is str of 1. So which type? It is string. Here we can take str of num1 comma type of num1. It can give int. Why? Because we can just change it str of num1, but we cannot store it. That's why it can give int, class int, based on BODMAS rule, bracket, like that. We cannot store the str of num, so we cannot store it. That's why it can give class int. 1 is int value. So here 1 is int value. It can give integer, class integer. It cannot convert into a string. We cannot convert into a string. We just write it str of num1. Here string elements are in ordered. That's why we can call sequence data type. Example, WhatsApp application, some username, some XYZ, mobile number. It always starts with +91. We can take it as string. About, some busy. Print which type? Here username, mobile number, about, this all comes under strings. That's why actually in string we cannot change the value of a string, but we can store another variable and we can change it by based on indexing position of a value. Indexing is always starts with 0. We can convert the element by using list. In strings, string is immutable, so indexing is always start with n-1. Indexing is based on n-1. We cannot add new element and delete existing element. In strings we cannot add any element and delete any element. Okay, here we can take username 0. Why? Because here 0 is the indexing position of username. Here x is a indexing position. 0 is the indexing position of x. That's why we can take here 0. Using index we can print any value of string. Here username 0 dot upper. Here this x comes under capital X. That's why we can take upper. It is functionality. Next we can give only 1. That's why it can print only x. 0. That's why it can print only x capital letter. We can change the string by only accessing of a string. It does not affect the original string. We cannot add number and string, but we can add two strings. It is called concatenation in Python. Do not use data type for a naming variable like str. It is string, so it is data type in Python. So we do not use. Duplicates can be allowed, like 1 comma 1, like that. We can do changes like add, delete and update, etc. It is separated by commas and enclosed with bracket. Is called strings. Now let's see. A is equal to 1 comma. It is under list. Print A. Which type? It is enclosed with brackets, square braces, so it is called list. Here A of 0. A of 0 is called indexing position. It represents indexing position. Here append. In list we want to add some elements. That's why we can use append. Print A. Here print A. A is equal to, here it is which type? In class list. Why? Because it is in square braces. A of 0. 0 is indexing position of A, so that's why it can give 1. 4 of 0, which is that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 of 0. So that's why it can give 1. Append. Here 20 can be added in the end of a list by using append. Here conversion into a string. Num is equal to list of. We can take num1 is equal to list of some 10k. Okay, in list elements order will not change before run the code, and after run the code it is sequence. It is called list. It is all about list. Here tuple is immutable. We cannot do changes like add, update and delete, but we do changes tuple into list. Then we do changes again, then change it into tuple. It is enclosed with parentheses. Here example, t1 is equal to 1 2 3 comma and 4. It is enclosed with parentheses. We can take tuple in tuple and list in tuple, but we can accessing the index based on indexing. We can use for example password because it can applicable for strictly rules. So that's in case we can use in passwords tuple is used. Print t1 comma type of t1. It is under tuple. Why? Because it is in parentheses. Here print t1 of 0. Here 0 is representing a indexing value. t1 is equal to 1. It is tuple. Here we can we do changes in tuple. How? t1 is it is a tuple. We want to print it. Then we take l1 is equal to. Then we change tuple into list and then add a value, and we can change list into tuple again. So we can do changes like that by this list. Now let's go for set. What is set? The set order or position of an elements or values can be changed after run the code. Indexing is not possible in set, and set is enclosed with always flower braces. Here we take example. Set is equal to sum 1 2 3 in string 4 comma 2. So we it cannot store duplicate elements. That's it.